Okay, welcome everybody. Glad you could join us. Happy Monday. Um, my name is Harlequin Murray, and I am your co-host this evening. And I have the honor and privilege of saying welcome to everyone. And for those of you who are here for the first time, we are welcome you've joined us and look forward to getting to know you. And welcome to the team. I also get to the honor of introducing our team leader, who is Miss Ellen Winn. And for some of you that are not familiar with Ellen, just to give you a little bit about her and her background, she grew up in Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, on a farm in a town called Dallas, Georgia, not Dallas, Texas, as I see Jimmy with his bright star for Texas. But anyway, once she got out of school, she went into the restaurant industry and worked there for many, many years, and had worked her way up to becoming a regional director and a training director for Domino's Pizza. So she's got a lot of training experience with that, but she ended up leaving there and starting her own restaurant. She had her own pizza restaurant. It was not a franchise location, it was her own. She actually opened up 2 locations. So she has been a business owner for a very, very long time. And I forget the exact number of years, but it's over 20 years, probably 25. But anyway, so she kind of knows where our business owners are coming from. She's been through that. But she was also introduced to network marketing and has been in several different companies in the network marketing arena. And that's where I actually first met her. She was one of my team leaders. She was actually the national training director for a network marketing company. So she's got a ton of experience training people. She's built teams, with tens of thousands of people and helped thousands of others from other groups. But we are very fortunate to have that level of experience on our team. And anyways, I've known her for, gosh, it's almost 18 years now, I believe it is. So for a very long time. And in DAC, she's been with DAC for almost 4 years now and is achieved the rank of area director. And we are fortunate to have her come train us. So Miss Ellen, I'm going to let you go ahead and take it away tonight.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Awesome. Welcome, everybody. I'm excited that you're here. Thank you, Harlequin. I appreciate that. Walk down memory lane. Yeah, so 1997 was when I opened Winn's Pizza and left corporate America, and I've never looked back. So it has been quite a while. It's exciting to be a part of DAC at this point in time. Coming up on June this year will be my 5-year anniversary. So I've seen a lot of change since my starting in June of 2018, a lot of growth and a lot of development and a lot of change, positive change. Everything, when you have a young company, because David Allen Capital is 7 years old, when you have a young company, it's inevitable that it's going to change. If it doesn't change and grow, it's going to die. So you're here at an exciting time because of the development that we have going on. We're excited that you're here tonight. We do this Zoom every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time for all of you guys to be able to participate, learn something new, and also have an opportunity to ask questions. I talk with many of you throughout the week. If you've got clients that you're dealing with, I'm in the middle of those conversations a lot of times. But if you're not actively building a client group right now or building a team and needing questions answered, you may not have talked with me yet. So as Harlequin said, we look forward to getting to know you. As far as Harlequin and her role here, she's my co-host every week. She's a big part of me getting started doing this team Zoom and committing to it back during when COVID hit. I personally enrolled her, and she has a large organization inside of my organization, but 99.99% of you that are on here are part of my sales organization through someone. We do have a few people that come join us each week that are outside of the organization. They've heard about our Zooms and like to plug in to get that additional insight into what's happening with DAC. But I always get us started off with a slideshow and doing some recognition. So I want to do that tonight as usual. I've got some different slides. You're going to see a little bit different approach to it. And really, this is going to be the training approach that Harlequin referenced about my background with training. So let me make sure, I'm gonna hold on just a second, make sure I've got the right. Oh, I did. There it is. Okay. You see the David Allen Capital site right now. Let me get over to the slides. And you should see, we fuel the American dream on the screen. Is that what you're seeing, Harlequin? Awesome. Okay. All right. We got more people coming in the waiting room. That's great. I sent out the text earlier about quarter till, so a lot of folks are popping in with that. But guys, I wanted to change these slides up to really drive home a piece of the training and really what David Allen Capital is all about. So I'm going to start using this each week and taking just a couple of minutes here in the intro to go through a quick overview of what DAC is all about, right? So this is the start a business image. If you post your partner page, partnered link on any social media, or you send it out via text message, this is the image that's going to populate, right? Start part-time with full-time income potential, offering business and consumer services. Training system is provided and no investment required, right? That's the beauty of our business. It's free to start and no investment whatsoever unless you want to do paid marketing or ordering drop cards or business cards. But with that piece, it's really easy for people to get in and not even open their welcome letter and welcome email, or get in and talk to 2 or 3 people and get told no, they don't need funding, and they quit and move on to something else. They don't have any investment here and there's nothing to lose. Now, that's not to say that because David Allen Capital is a free business that people move on because of that. Trust me, my years in the network marketing, direct selling space, I've seen people spend $1,500 or $5,000 or $12,000 getting started in either a business or a training platform that they didn't participate in, but just for a very short time, and then they gave it up and moved on to something else. So don't think that because our business is free that people are not going to engage. It's just a matter of finding the right people, right? And when you do that, you have an opportunity to build your DAC agency. So here you are getting started. You can build your agency as a solopreneur and earn significant income from your personal clients through the personal client bonuses and personal client residuals. But you can also earn from an agency and earn overrides on what your team does if you want to build a team. And that's the part that I love. And that's our expansion philosophy. DAC offers a world-class opportunity with performance-based compensation. And then we provide you an opportunity and pay you significantly if you decide you want to be a broker and have your own agency where you can attract other agency owners as entrepreneurs, and you can get paid big money by helping them succeed. And really, it's a matter of plugging them into the system, being here to help and support, and helping them move along through the system. Harlequin was announcing that I'm an area director. How did I get to area director? If you saw the compensation that David covered today on our leadership Zoom, you know there's a lot of team activity to get in there. But the real secret is, I want you to write this down. I'm going to give you the absolute secret to getting to area director. And that is, don't quit. Okay. Over my almost 5 years of being with DAC, there are many times when things weren't going the way I wanted, or I had people that I was bringing in that never did anything. They didn't get any customers, or I was having conversations with customers and they didn't come on board, or we had funding clients in the funnel and they got an offer and the client declined the offer. Or they didn't get an offer because our lenders declined them. So there are many times that I could have given up, right? But I didn't, because I knew that the next conversation or the new agent that joined my team, whether it was somebody I personally recruited or whether it was somebody that came in through my team, could be that next new client, or could be that next superstar that's going to explode my agency across the country. So the key is never give up, stick and stay, and always be moving forward with your business. So let's take a look at this. There are 3 different ways that you get paid when you build an agency, right? And I'm going to focus on those 3 ways for just a second, and then we'll go into the team recognition on who our top recruiters are. All right. So building this portfolio of agencies for people that you personally introduce, you can earn enroller bonuses of 10 to 50% income match on all the personal bonuses that you help them earn. So when Harlequin makes $50,000 or $100,000 or $150,000 or $200,000 in the course of a year, I earn, as area director, I earn a 30% match just on my area director code. But if I'm amped up, and the majority of these are funding clients, I can earn up to 50% match on what she makes income wise. That's the enroller bonus, right? And so let's take a look at this chart. And David shows this in the opportunity presentation. What if you have an agency network of businesses that are growing around the country, all across the United States? Take a look at the income example that we're showing here. One's making $22,000, $180,000, $30,000, $18,000, $12,000, $30,000, $70,000. If that's what you make because of this enroller bonus, if you brought those people to the table, you can earn a match of 10 to 50% of what they make every pay period, whether it's residual or whether it is a bonus that gets paid daily, or whether it's just looking at their annual revenue. Okay, you get paid the same timelines that they do. Then we have our leadership bonus overrides, and we're going to go through that when we do the team recognition here in a minute. Okay, so number 1, the enroller bonuses. Number 2 is the leadership bonus override, where again, those agents and that network of agencies that are growing nationwide, you can earn between 10 and 50% override income match on the personal commissions of your open line extended network. All right, all across the country, and there's no depth limit on how many overrides you can make. It just has to be an open line where someone of your level or higher is not between you and the person that brought the client on. Okay, and then the third way that we get paid by growing an agency that we're focusing on tonight, there are really 6 or 7 different ways we get paid in the comp plan, but these 3 I want you to always hone in on, is the residual overrides. David talked about residuals today, where you can earn up to 30% match of the personal residual commissions created by your extended agency network. And this is a 7-level pay, okay? But it can go much deeper than 7 levels because of compression in the comp plan. So with that in mind, I just wanted to set the stage on why you want to be considering building a team. You may be here by yourself and you're thinking, well, you know what? I really don't want to build a team until I've had clients myself and I've proven success and I can show someone else how to do this. You know, I'll recommend that would be a mistake if that's what you're thinking. Why is that? Because I was an agent for almost a year before I ever got my first client. Now, when I first started, we didn't have all of these residual products that we have now. In fact, we've just launched a whole bunch of new products, right? We've got more coming. We really basically had our funding product. And it took me almost a year to get that first funded client, but it was a $150,000 client, and I made over $6,700 on that first commission. So plugging away at it and getting told no, or having a client apply and get declined, or the client got an offer and declined, all the way up to getting that first client for $150,000 and a $6,700 check. I think that was worth sticking and staying, because I started part-time, right? So it's just a matter of time before you get a client. But in that process of me working towards getting my first client, I was building a team. I actually brought a friend to the table the day that I looked at DAC. He saw it. He loves business services, and he started recruiting a team right off the bat. So my organization started growing from day one because I brought somebody else with me and signed someone up that day. He started signing people up, and he was bringing on people that saw the opportunity, and they started signing people up, and they started signing people up. And I had several hundred agents in my group the first year in business. And you can too. Again, stick and stay, and don't ever quit. Just believe in DAC, believe in yourself, and believe in the long-term vision that we have here. So let's get into the recruiting numbers. This is for the week of 3/13 through 3/19. We had 33 people who had at least one new recruit for the week, and a total of 42 new agents joined my organization through the efforts of many of you on this call tonight. So who are the leaders? Who were the top recruiters? In first place, we had Terrence Gibson, and sorry, I did not do my numbers to the left there correctly. They just are there from last week, I believe. First place, we had a two-way tie between Terrence Gibson and Nick Cranstown. Three-way tie, and Evelyn Tarver. Those three had 3 new agent recruits for the week. Sorry about that, Terrence, Nick, and Evelyn, to not show you all tied at first place. And in second place, we had a 3-way tie as well with Reese Carpenter, Lisa Campbell, and Avila Toro. So congratulations to all of you guys making the leaderboard. As you saw, we had many more people that had at least one new recruit. You had to have at least 2 new recruits to have name recognition on the leaderboard. But if your name's not on there now, it's a matter of time before you too will be on the leaderboard, as long as you don't give up and you keep having conversations with people. So if you're talking to people about the opportunity, and you're talking to people about our services and products, kudos to you. It's just a matter of time before you start seeing that success, or that effort start paying off and having success with it. Okay. Now, tonight I want to go through the bonus plan recognition. We've got a really big recognition that we want to do tonight. And Harlequin, can you look to see if we've got QT's on so we can spot her when I get ready to call on her? We've got bonus plan rank recognition tonight. Let's go through those ranks. The first 3 ranks in the bonus plan part of our compensation plan. Okay. The first 3 ranks, DAC 1, DAC 2, DAC 4, this is where you promote yourself by getting personal qualifying bonus clients, or QBC, the new terms in our new updated compensation plan. Okay. These you promote by yourself. You do not need a team, but by bringing in clients, it's going to position you to earn bonus income match overrides on agents in your team. So here's what the chart looks like. I clipped the title page from that chart in the compensation plan, the bonus override and coding commissions, right? And it shows as you move through DAC 1, you can earn a 10% match on your team if people in your organization start bringing on these bonus eligible products. And what is that? It's paid on business fundings, it's paid on the ERCs, and other services with upfront bonus payout. So what do we have right now in upfront bonuses? We have those 2 funding products. We have lines of credit. We have the Relevate program. I've talked about that now. This is the 3rd week in a row, maybe 4th week I've talked about Relevate, because it pays an upfront bonus, which gets put into this coding plan, but it also ties into the residual plan, which David talked about extensively today. We'll cover a little bit more on that in just a minute. And then you're moving up to 10, 15, or 30% match. So let's take a look. We've got a new DAC 4, and this is a really big deal to have a DAC 4 because to get to DAC 4, let me go back one screen here. You have to have, let's look at to determine or to read the chart. That's not the word I'm looking for. Total new qualifying bonus clients. A qualifying bonus client is a client that has at least 600 in bonus revenue. Okay. To get to DAC 4, you have to have at least 4 of those, okay? And total past personal from personal new qualifying clients has to be at least 4,000 in personal bonus volume, total cumulative bonus revenue, okay? So 4,000 means at least $40,000 worth of funding going to a client, because that 4,000 is about 10% of the, or it is 10% of the funded amount, right? So for QT Square to get to DAC 4, she helped 4 clients get over $140,000. And that's a really big deal. I made a post on the Facebook agent group and really proud of her. She's had a lot of good stuff going on. I talk to her pretty regularly because she's got clients in process. So Q, if you're on here, I'd love for you to share some information. Do you see Q, Harlequin?
Unfortunately, I do not, unless she's logged
Okay,
in.
if you see her pop in, let me know. I know
will.
we had talked, excuse me, and she was going to come on and do a testimonial tonight, but something may have happened. I talked to her over the weekend. I know she's excited to hit DAC 4. But now Q is in a position that when agents in her team start building and bringing on clients, she's going to earn a 30% match on their income as a DAC 4. How did she get to DAC 4? All by herself, getting at least 4 clients that totaled at least $4,000 in qualifying bonus volume. So congratulations to QTs. Now, the rest of the compensation plan, and this is the full version of that bonus override coding commission plan. The rest of this, once you get past DAC 4, the area director that David was talking about extensively today, from area director all the way up to SVP, it takes a team to get you there. Okay, it takes team volume and it takes you having personal volume. You have to have personal qualifying volume of at least 200 points every month to move through not only the bonus plan, but also the residual plan. So want to point that out to you tonight and talk a little bit about where you want to set your sights. When you get started as an agent, yeah, this looks great all the way up here at SVP, but that could be overwhelming to go, oh my gosh, I've got to do this, this, and this. So take it one bite at a time, just like you would eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? It's a massive amount to eat or consume. You just need to take one bite at a time, one conversation at a time, whether it's funding or the ERCs or Relevate or healthcare or DAC Protect. When that goes live, I hope that we'll have that back live this week. It's all about just getting a client at a time, one at a time. Whatever that client is coming on board as, it helps contribute to your qualifying volume. The next thing I want to point out is the residual commission overview. This is the chart that David talked about today on our Zoom, where he got to the whiteboard and was drawing circles and giving examples. So again, you want to work towards getting 200 in personal qualifying volume. But let's talk about how that impacts you, not only on the bonus side, but also on the residual side. And then I'm going to go to the chart and help you decipher how to calculate what that bonus volume is and how to track your progress, right? So your personal residual revenue, when you first get started, you're qualified for your first 90 days to earn residuals, right? Your first 90 days, you're qualified. But after 90 days, you've got to have qualifying volume of 200 or better. If you're at 0 to 199 in those first 90 days, you're going to make 20% up to 2. When you get to 200, you're at 20% on that. Now your personal commissions, you're always going to make personal commissions, right? I'm talking about your team there where you're qualified your first 90 days. And that's what this line is here. And that's the second line. But personal commissions, you're always qualified, but you earn more in personal commissions when you have more personal qualifying clients. So your goal is to hit at least 200 in PQV, personal qualifying volume. But as you move up, when you get to 400, instead of making 20% residually on your clients, you're going to make 25%. When you have 600 in personal qualifying volume, you're going to make 30% Okay. When you get to 800 in personal client volume, you're going to make 35%, 1,000, 40%, 1,500, 45%. And when you get to 2,000, 50%. And that 2,000 number is really where you want to shoot for. These last three, 1,000, 1,500, and 2,000, you get a permanent bump up. Notice the 7-level bump up. David again talked about it today. But these are the numbers, these last three, these highest three numbers are really where you want to target, because you've got to hit this within your first 12 months. If you were with DAC prior to us moving over here, or prior to March 1st, actually, March 1st is really going to be your 12-month mark to go into next year. So we've got time to acquire these customers, but depending on what product you're trying to market, some of you could hit 2,000 in 1 month with one client, right? And I'm going to show you how to get there to that. All right. So Relevate, I'll go back through this once again, because Relevate, I think, in my opinion, is going to be the product that's going to drive you to that personal revenue the fastest, and keep you qualified with recurring residual revenue. Why is that? Because every client that comes on board, you get paid an upfront bonus, and then you also get $1 per account that's put into the residual revenue plan. So one account that has 2,000 employees could qualify you for that bump up bonus, as long as they stay on the books and you keep 2,000 or more. So that's really where you want to be. Last week I talked about this, and then Brenda, who's probably on here tonight, she's going, Ellen, you were talking about the pain points. Isn't the pain point the recruiting and retention problem that the business owner is having? Absolutely. So let me rephrase that opening conversation with a business owner. And these are just some bullet points that I've popped up on having a conversation with a business owner about Relevate. I like to start with a question. Are you guys having issues finding and keeping quality employees? Or are you like most of the employers out there who are having a lot of turnover and it's difficult to keep quality employees? Something on those lines, right? And if they say yes, say, well, I want to share some information with you, and I've got a solution for you. If you look around at American workers today, the majority of them are living paycheck to paycheck. And if they have a shortage of funds before payday, they're going to be paying huge late fees, overdraft fees, and outrageous fees to check cashers and payday lenders. Well, we have an innovative solution that is proven to help reduce stress on your employees when they run into these cash flow challenges. It's called Earned Wage Access. It's no cost to you to offer this earned wage access, and it is proven to help employers attract and retain quality employees. So it'll impact your bottom line by reducing turnover. And our product, what makes it unique is it's going to allow your employees to draw up to 50% of their gross wages without paying interest between paydays, saving your company money, saving your employees money, and it's a win-win for all involved. The founders of our platform have an extensive background in the payments arena and have been featured in Forbes and American Banker as innovators in this space. Does this sound like something that you and your company would be interested in learning more about? There's no cost to get it started. There's no obligation to talk to our team over at our payment partners. And I think it'll really be an eye-opening opportunity for you to see what kind of impact it can make on your team. Something like that, right? Because Relevate is going to be a big payday for all of us. Okay. As we talk about compensation, then we're going to go to our compensation plan. Hitting that $2,000 and getting a client a month is going to be how you maximize the comp plan. So let me go over here to our David Allen Capital website, and I want to show you all how to navigate to the compensation plan. You just simply go to the bottom of the website. Oh, wait a minute. It's already been moved. That's exciting. So the Agent Resource Center has always been right here through the footer of our David Allen Capital site. And David has told us that it's going to be moving to the back office, right? So make a note of this. When you go looking for the Agent Resource Center, you're going to have to log in. So you want to click under Accounts, click Agent Login. And when you get there, I've got a demo account here that I'll log into and show you where the Agent Resource Center is. Okay. If you've not logged into the Agent Resource Center before, let me log out. If you've not logged in before and you have not already created a password and you're not a new agent, you want to click here to reset your password. There, it's going to ask for your agent ID. When you enter your agent ID, then it'll email you a link so that you can reset it. So let me go back into my demo account here. Get the right one up. There we go. Okay, so the Agent Resource Center is over here to the left-hand menu. You've got order information, my team, business. Here you have your marketing tools. When you go to marketing tools, you'll be able to change your website name. If you can either market your site with your agent ID number or a username, change your site name, right? I caution you, if you change your site name here, you want to make sure that you stay with it, because if you start marketing this and you go, oh, I want to name it something else. Well, if you've got links out there with an old site name and you come back and change it later, those other links that you created won't work. So the best recommendation I can make is for you to use a domain name. I have training in that in my email series that comes out. You've got your personal site statistics that shows how many hits you've had, and mine has none because I never promote this link. And then you have view your website that goes over to your actual DAC site. All right, so the Agent Resource Center, this is where I want to go and talk about the comp plan and show you a couple of things to look at and how to navigate that. So we're going to go to the compensation plan section of the Agent Resource Center, and then we have this pop out link here to the PDF document. When you pop that out, overview of the plan, ranks and qualifications, all this is covered in the video that David did, and it's posted there in the Agent Resource Center. Here's the chart that I just covered on your personal bonuses and the enroller matching bonuses and getting that bump up by getting to 1,000, 1,500, or 2,000 in personal residuals. This is your residual commission overview, kind of a one-page snapshot. Incentives, oh, didn't even talk about getting to area director where you can start earning car bonuses, right? And when you move on up to national director, you get into an expense allowance, which is going to be a nice payout. And then we've got a revenue share and equity, but these are the pages that I want you to focus on tonight. And if you don't have this page out, don't distract yourself by trying to pull this up. Just make some notes on the compensation plan, page 13, in that business services QV, bonus revenue, residual revenue, and bonus sheet. Okay. And I want to show you how to read this so that when you're looking at it, you know what to look for to create your roadmap to get yourself to that 200 in monthly reoccurring revenue, or that 2,000 that you really want to shoot for so that you get that extra bump up for life. Okay, so business funding is explained here, where business funding, which we talk about the most because that's been our flagship product from day one. Each column just explains that this first column is the bonus revenue. The second column is the qualifying volume that gets put into the bonus plan. The residual revenue, this is the number that you have to hit to move through the ranks. And then you have your qualifying volume. Actually, the QV and the residual revenue are both the same on everything that we have in the comp plan so far. And then your agent commission. This shows what you actually earn based off of this number over here in the far left. So if you look at this one page, the business services QVBR RR bonus chart, the bonus revenue, DAC business services, everything over here on the left, this is what gets paid out in the entire compensation plan. Okay, so if you look at the funding, for example, funding, 10% of the funded amount is the bonus revenue. And then as the agent who got that client, 40% of that gets paid out to you or up to 80%, because if you're amped, you can make 60%. If you're double amped, you can make 70%. And if you're triple amped, you can make 80% of that funded amount, right? Or of the funded bonus revenue, right? So it equates to earning either 4 or up to 8% of the funded amount that the client receives. The rest of that money that's not paid out up to the 100% is what gets paid out through the rest of the compensation plan, either getting paid out in leadership overrides or getting put into the residual compensation plan. So just know that this is what DAC pays out, what you see on this sheet. And this shows you what you're earning as the agent that brought the client to the table, what your residual portion of that is, and so on. So out of these products, here we go. These are funding. David talked today where every month, if you have a funding that is qualified at more than 200 personal qualifying volume points, it's going to be spread out over however many months until 200 max on that is capped. So that's going to be your business funding. That's going to be Giggle. Giggle falls in here into this. Let me see, where's Giggle on there? Maybe he's already moved it. Nope, here we go. New Giggle right here. New Giggle fundings are paid at 7% bonus revenue. Okay, so if bonus revenue is normally 10% of the funded amount, then Giggle is 7% of the funded amount. So a $700 Giggle client times 7% is paid as if it's a $490 client, right? And then you make 40% of that, up to 80%, whether you're amped or not. So that's how that works. Your business line of credit, your equipment finance, those are funding products. So they get paid out through that funding bonus. The ERC, it has its own compensation plan, right? But here's the example of that. And it shows that you make 50% of the bonus revenue on the ERC. And then here we get into the residual. The next 3 items on this sheet are recurring monthly residual income. The funding, the ERCs, equipment finance, business lines of credit, those are all great. It's needed for us to market those services into the community and to let business owners that we have those products. For us as agents, it's a one-time payout until that client somewhere down the road decides that they need more money, or maybe they got funding and then that later they apply for a line of credit. They may be getting multiple fundings from us through renewals, but typically funding, you can count on that one time and you have to go get more funding clients if that's all you're marketing. We're looking for recurring residual revenue, right? And the products that are in that residual are payment processing. Now, look at payment processing. It is approximately 40 basis points or 4/10 of the client's monthly processing. So if we go up here to the residual revenue column, which is the 3rd column here, if they're doing, let me get my calculator out, make sure my math is right. And you too can do this. If they're doing $50,000 a month in credit card processing, 4/10 of that times 0.004, 4/10 is 0.004. That would be a $200 a month client for you. So a $50,000 payment processing client will get you to that 200 in recurring residual revenue on the qualifying side. And then you're going to earn 20 to 50% of that as the payout, but it'll put 200 in the qualifying plan for you. Same thing with business telecom. This is coming. It's going to be a part of Zoom that we will be marketing. It's going to pay an upfront bonus as well as residually. But the biggest one, which I keep bringing back to you, is Relevate, the employer plan, right? $1 per deposit account per employee is going into the residual plan. What your actual earnings are is going to be 20 cents to 50 cents a month off of that. That's cash in your pocket. But to move through and maximize your compensation, you want to hit those qualifying volume points. So the Relevate plan is going to be your ticket there. Looks like David has adjusted this where it's not cut off, Harlequin. So let's take a look at the bonus revenue and the residual on revenue once again. So if you've got an account under 500 employees, there's $200 in bonus revenue. Is that what you actually earn? No, because you earn 50% of the bonus revenue. So that 200 would equate to $100 paid to you. The other $100 in bonus revenue gets paid out through the whole comp plan. So there's $100 now that's getting distributed throughout the rest of the organization, plus $4 per direct deposit account. Again, you earn half of that. You earn 50%. So you would actually earn $2 per direct deposit account on top of the $100 bonus. So same thing on all of these. You can do the math on them. As you see larger accounts, just assume that 50% of whatever the bonus revenue combined with the upfront bonus for bringing on the account plus the upfront bonus per deposit account is going to get paid at 50% to you as the one that brought the client on. But that $1 in revenue, residual revenue that goes into the compensation plan to get you qualified is the number that you really want to look at. Because as I said, I didn't quit. I kept moving through and I kept just plugging away at it. If you worry about getting yourself qualified and continue to get yourself clients that are going to pay you residually every month, the rest of it will fall into place, because that's got to be our culture. Since I got started with DAC, our culture back in 2018, when I first came on, was go find funding clients. And our culture in 2019 and 2020 and 2021 was go find funding clients. But in 2021, we started adding in some different funding programs, and we added in a customer finance, and we brought the payment processing to the forefront. And then as we moved into 2023 and separated our marketing relationship from longevity, we've brought on a whole suite of new services and more to come. So there's lots of options for us to pick and choose what it is we want to market, or you can market all of them if you get good at asking questions and doing a little survey with your clients. Another product that you can market that you can actually subscribe to this yourself and get qualifying volume through your own purchases, right? And that's our healthcare. I personally have our healthcare plan, and I know Harlequin has our healthcare plan. So every month I get some qualified volume and residual revenue through my own healthcare plan that I buy through DAC rather than buying through the healthcare marketplace. Because as an entrepreneur, I'm not in an employer group anywhere, and my only other option really is through the healthcare marketplace. So I choose to be my own customer. That way I'm using services that we market. And it's a great program too. It's the largest PPO network in the country, and it works just like regular health insurance, because it is. We don't have to be licensed. You refer it over, and the team over at S&I will take care of your client. So a whole list of products there, and then our consumer services as well. Our DAC Protect is not live at this moment. David's waiting for that to get connected so that our partners, many of us already have DAC Protect. I know I do, Harlequin does, and many of you on the team already subscribe to that. So they're trying to figure out how we can keep the accounts active that are already active and just switch it over to a different payment platform. That we're trying to figure that out. Now I think we may have to start over. He'll announce all of that. He's talked about it a couple of different ways on our Zooms, but that announcement will come. If you don't have DAC Protect, you can't order it until it goes live, but when it does, you can order DAC Protect for yourself to protect yourself and your family, and it'll count towards your personal qualifications each month. And believe you me, if you don't already have a identity theft protection program, you definitely need one. If you knew what I know through my experience with Legal Shield over the past 15 years, I've heard some horror stories of people that thought they were covered. They said, oh, well, my bank has an identity theft protection plan, or Equifax was breached, so they're providing me with free identity theft protection for the next 12 months because of that breach, right? Does that impact any of you? Are you going, yeah, I got one of those free plans? Well, here's the hard truth of that. If you have one of those free plans because they had to give it to you because of a data breach, that free plan is only going to alert you of changes on your identity or on your credit report. Okay. Here are the other ways that you can be impacted. And I'm going to go off screen here. We can come back to this if we need to. Here are the other ways that you can be impacted with identity theft outside of something showing up on your credit report. What if somebody steals your driver's license information and makes a fraudulent driver's license, or maybe you lose your license and somebody actually has a copy of your driver's license and they go out and get a DUI and they present your driver's license to the officer, they get arrested, they go to jail, and now your name is recorded as having a DUI. I'm telling you a true story, folks. Go to jail, they bond out, they come out, they don't go to court, right? Because it's not really them on the ticket, it's your information, and they don't show up for court. Now, you are the one that has a bench warrant out for your arrest for a DUI that you didn't commit, somebody else did because they had stolen your driver's license information. But now when you get pulled over on a regular speeding ticket north of Atlanta, and the officer goes, "Oh, Miss Winn, you have a bench warrant out for your arrest in South Carolina for not showing up on court appearance for a DUI charge." And I'm going, that's not me. I've not been to South Carolina. I certainly don't have a DUI. But Miss Winn, that's what the system says here. I'm sorry, we're going to have to take you to jail. Now, it wasn't me, but one of our clients with Legal Shield had that happen to her. And this poor lady not only went to jail and spent a couple of days in jail before she could get in front of it, she spent thousands of dollars in her own defense for something that she didn't do. Had she had an identity theft protection program like DAC markets, she would have been able to have called and gotten an investigator on the line. They would have gotten to the bottom of it. She wouldn't have had all of the nightmares that she was faced with. The other thing is Social Security fraud. Many of you probably heard about this back during COVID, where people were applying for workers' compensation using somebody else's information. And then someone that was really eligible for that workers' compensation, or not workers' comp, unemployment, went in and tried to apply, and it says, "Oh, you're not eligible. You've already received this money," or the PPP loans. All of those free money programs that were coming at us in droves from the government, there was so much fraud. And if your Social Security number gets stolen by an ID thief, then it's up to you to clear up your good name, unless you have DAC Protect, where we have licensed professionals that restore your identity back to whole. All right. And they'll do whatever it takes, as long as it takes, to make it correct. So just a couple of stories there to get you to think about it, that you really do need this program. And there's a great video that David does going through the coverage of it and some other examples, but I wanted to share those personal stories that I'm aware of through my time in marketing that legal plan and identity theft there. So I want to open up and see if we have any questions from anyone. Maybe you were on today's Zoom, or Harlequin, if you have comments that you want to make about what we've covered, because you and I were talking earlier about what we thought would be good conversation tonight. If you've got anything you want to interject there, that'd be great. Or we can go to questions in the chat, or anybody can raise their hand if they have comments. I see Bobby. While you're thinking, Harlequin, I'm going to ask Bobby to unmute and see what you have for us tonight. Hey, Bobby, how are you doing?
How you doing, Ellen? Can you hear me?
Excellent. Yeah, you sound great. You got that microphone working this time.
Yeah, I don't know what went wrong with it, but I want to thank you and Harlequin and your team of the great job you always do every Monday.
Well, thank you,
here was
Bobby.
a question. Here's a question that I wanted to ask earlier today when I had mic trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Ellen, when he was talking about reaching the area director in the group and the team, was that new people coming forward once you're area director, or if you're area director right now, do you bring your team with you, or is that from new people coming in while you're area director with the new compensation plan? That's the first question.
Okay. let me go ahead and answer that one. All right, so take a look at me. I am an area director, okay? I hit area director July the 28th of 2021, okay? And ever since then, everybody that I personally sponsored since that day moving forward, they're now in my area director code. So I have my whole team and I'm earning my overrides on my entire team based on the compensation plan. So if I'm an area director and earning that 35% override, and there is a DAC 4 in my team that's earning 30%, I'm actually getting 10%. I'm getting the 5% difference, and there was an extra 5% first level override. So I'm getting a 10% match on everything in my team, even if it's under a DAC 4. That DAC 4 is earning that first 30%, right? So I'm earning on the whole team, but my position is based on what my level is versus anybody else in the team. Now, my coding, I haven't seen how that breaks out yet because it's not live in the back office, Bobby, but everybody that I personally recruited and their entire teams are going to be in my area director code from July the 28th forward. So that area director code, it'll pay me the same way that I'm earning right now. So I'll earn area director overrides on people that get their first funding. If they move to DAC 1, I'll get a little bit less of that pay, and so on. But when I have another area director that gets promoted that's in my area director code, I will still always, forever and ever, amen, earn a 30% match on the income, personal income of people that are in my area director code, right? But it starts a new part of my business. So Harlequin and all you guys that were here prior to, you're in my overall team, but everybody that came in when I hit area director forward is in my area director code. Then when I hit the next one, which is regional director, then I'll have a regional director code, and it'll be that bump up there. I'll still be earning on my whole team in general. I'll still be earning on the area director code, and then I'll be earning on the regional director code as well. So as you move up, you're earning higher levels in the comp plan, and you're getting that locked in coded group that you never get cut out of. Remember when I said I'm earning on my whole team, but as an area director, if I have a DAC 4, they're getting 30% out of the 35, 40% that I make with the extra bump. But if you're a DAC 4 in your team and you got another DAC 4, oops, now that DAC 4 is getting all that money and you get cut out of it. That's where the coding is so important, to be able to move into those leadership ranks and be able to earn and never get cut out of that pay. Did that answer your question and then some on that, Bobby?
Yes, because I was concerned about the coding, like you were saying. That was one of my biggest concerns. And my second question is, he used the example, just as an example, if you have a team of 50, just examples, and let's say they were the same amount of personal qualifying volume of the 200, that should hit the 10,000, right? Of group qualifying basically volume on what he gave today.
It will. And the example that he gave, so if you had 50 people that each had 200 in residual revenue, 50 times 200 is 10,000, right? But to be eligible to hit area director, you can only take 40% of that. 40% of 10,000 is 4,000, right? So 4,000 max per leg. What is a leg? A leg is an individual that you start in the business, you enroll them. So I personally enrolled Harlequin. She is one leg of my business. I personally enrolled Pamela. She is one leg of my business, and so on and so on. I have about 850 legs because I've sponsored that many people. But, you know, I keep bringing in people, I keep recruiting people, and I keep working with people because I'm looking for those leaders that are going to take this business and run with it and step up and be the leader that Harlequin has, where she's the leader of her own team. I'm blessed and fortunate that I have Harlequin in my organization because she's over here doing her own thing. She's building and working towards hitting her area director code in her own right. But for the majority of my team, most of you are still, not all of you, but most of you are still in those getting your sea legs about you and trying to figure out how to make this work with DAC. It goes back to what I said earlier. Don't quit. Keep putting people into the business and keep trying to find clients. And over time, you'll be amazed at how your business will grow. Okay, did you have another question, Bobby?
That is it. Thank you so much.
You bet. Thank you for the question. I appreciate it. And glad your mic was working on our Zoom tonight so you could ask. All right, I see Ray with a hand up. Hey, Ray, how are you doing tonight? Can you unmute? Looks like you're unmuted. Maybe you are having issues with the microphone. Ray, do you have your microphone on? Uh-oh, you're muted again. Let's ask you to unmute one more time. Now, it looks like you're unmuted. I'm not hearing you though. Down in the, if you look at the bottom left of your Zoom window, you've got your microphone option there where you mute and unmute. There's a little arrow, an up arrow. If you click on that, it lets you select which microphone you should be using. I know sometimes mine will default to my internal microphone on my laptop, but that's not the one I'm going to use. I hear some noise. You got it working? Nope. Okay, Ray, one more time, and then we'll come back to you. I'm going to ask you to unmute one more time. You're unmuted?
Can you hear me now?
I can. There you go.
Okay. So I just I sent you a chat. I didn't mean to send that chat to you, so I don't know if you saw that or not. I was just congratulating the people that who had got DAC or whatever. So I didn't know if you all had changed the chat now to only just you and Harlequin, because I was trying to send it to everybody.
Unfortunately, we had some players here that were trying to send recruiting messages to other people in the chat group, so we just cut that off so that they won't be able to do that.
Oh wow, okay. Oh wow, okay. Okay. Yeah, I was just rooting for the ones who, recruited and DAC for. That was all. That I didn't mean to send it to you.
Oh, no worries, no worries. It's all good.
Okay, well, I understand.
All right.
That's pretty much all I had to say. That was it, pretty much.
Okay, great. Thank you, Ray. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone. I'm sending Q a message. She's in a different time zone, so see if I can get her on here.
Yeah, if she's in Arizona, she might not, they didn't change times. I know it messed up somebody last week. Yeah,
okay,
we don't.
Any comments in the chat there, Harlequin?
Not really. Somebody had a quick question that regarding when we're going to get paid the monthly residuals, and we don't know yet. I'm guessing the 15th, somewhere around there of the following month.
Of next month. Yeah. So we've been doing a carryover on residual payout since we moved over and away from longevity. And it's really just a tabulating process there. And part of it was David really finalizing how that residual was going to get put into the compensation plan. But I know David Rutz. I know him really well, and I know that he will do the right thing. He has sent out commissions on more than one occasion and paid an upline money that someone below that person that got paid was actually qualified to earn a share, and he's paid both of them. And I'm talking some significant amounts of money sometimes, because he doesn't want to take something back. He just eats it, and he's taking it out. Now, mind you, he's been doing manual calculations, and all of that will go into an automated process once the back office is live, but he will absolutely 100% do the right thing when it comes to paying out those residuals. So I've seen,
and I can concur on that.
Yep, I know you can, for sure. Hey, Thomas Stokes, how are you tonight? I'm going to ask you to unmute. There you go.
Can you hear me?
I can. How are you doing, Thomas?
I'm doing all right. And yourself?
I'm doing good. Thank you. I've been seeing you pop in on our DAC Zooms. What question do you have?
Yeah,
Mike?
yeah, I got a question. If an agent has a problem of getting the Relevate debit card for the agent, is the direct deposit going always working through the bank? Is that always going to be valid?
So if there's an issue getting, or you're talking about an agent having an issue getting their Relevate account set up, correct?
Not really, just getting a card from Relevate.
Okay, so
If a person was to have trouble getting their card, is the bank deposit going to be working? Is the bank deposit still going to be valid? Still going to be in
Oh, yeah.
effect?
Yeah, you can use your Relevate account without having the Visa debit card. It works. It works and acts just like because it is a checking account. So it has an ACH routing number. You can use the send money feature in the account without having to have a debit card with it. So you can actually send it to another bank account if you have it, or you can send money to someone else. You can do bill pay without using the debit card whatsoever. But if you are missing a debit card, you need to reach out to Relevate and let them know either A, you did not receive it at all, or if you've misplaced it, they will send you another card. Now, if they're having to resend you a card, I think they charge $4.95 for the resend. But if you never received it in the first place, you need to let them know so that they can get one shipped back out to you. Does that answer that correctly?
Yes, that's basically about it. I haven't received. I applied for the card back on the 7th of this month, and I haven't received it. But I had trouble getting it in the mail. That the PO box number, I couldn't add the PO box number to the relevant card. They always ask for the physical address.
Correct. Yeah, and that's a good point. In fact, I was going to mention that if you hadn't brought that up. When setting up Relevate, part of the KYC, know your client banking rules, requires that they know who you are, right? So anybody can have a PO box. They need to know your physical address so that they know who they're dealing with as they set that account up for you. So now, when we're looking at that on an employer group, with DAC, we're not an employer group where we don't fall under the same pay any day rules because we're not employees. We just get our commissions. David has all individually set up that account, and we're not having the same rules. But if you were an employer working or an employer group, everybody in that company will be able to set up that Relevate account because they do the know your client through the employer, not the employee. So a little bit different scenario there, but they still want a physical address, and they will send it to your house rather than a PO box if they didn't give you an option on that for mailing address. So good question.
Alrighty, thanks a lot,
Yeah,
Helen.
you bet.
Thanks a lot for the advice on the microphone setup on down at the corner there. I wasn't aware of that.
Yep. So that fixes most microphone problems. Okay, great. Good to see you, Thomas. Thanks for your question. All right, I've got Bruce Campbell. Hey, Bruce, how are you tonight?
Okay.
Let's see. There he is. Hey, Bruce.
I'm doing good. How are you, Ellen?
I'm good.
Can
How
you
can I
hear
help
me?
you? I can. You
Good.
sound great.
I talked to you a little bit earlier today, and I asked you a favor to send me the information. How do I get to the addresses of the Zoom calls that you have just completed, the last meetings, so I can get them to the people and get their answers immediately through, as they didn't get on the Zoom, which they normally don't get on it on time. So they need to see it at a later date or a later time. So what is those addresses? One is for DAC and the other is for you. So can you give me both those, please?
Yeah, so let me, the DAC Zoom is just daczoom.com. Okay, that goes over to the DAC YouTube channel. And then my channel is zoom.ellenwinn.link. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll show you, and I can't pull this up without showing.
Actually, Ellen,
Mhm.
dacyoutube.com goes to the.
Oh, I'm
YouTube
sorry.
channel.
Yeah, I said Zoom, didn't I? I'm sorry, I'm
Okay.
multitasking over here. I was trying to find an image to show you. And Bruce, after we got off the phone, I recorded 3 videos for you. And I'm going, wait a minute, that's showing personal information in my YouTube account. So I had to disregard that. And I'm going to have to create some slides. But when you go to anybody's YouTube channel, on the right hand under the video, there's a button that says subscribe. If you click subscribe, then there's a drop down that gives you an option to have notifications sent. It's a little bell with a couple of little quotation marks above it. That is going to be where you can select that. You'll get notified on every single Zoom that gets uploaded or created live from whoever's channel you subscribe to. The next piece of this outside of subscribing and being notified is once the video is live, like today, the DAC agent Zoom at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, after you and I talked, about 4 hours after it was recorded live, it still wasn't live in the YouTube channel for anybody to just go in and search and find it. However, because I subscribe to it and I have notifications selected, in the top right corner of the whole YouTube screen, in the top right corner, there's a little bell up there. If you have notifications waiting, it'll have a little red dot letting you know there are notifications of the channels you've subscribed to have posted a video, right? Whether that notification is lit up or not, all of the most recent videos from every channel you subscribe to is under that little bell in the top right corner of your YouTube channel. So if you click on that, it'll open up a drop-down window and you'll be able to scroll through all of those notifications and see the most recent uploads from DAC YouTube channel or Ellen Wynn's YouTube channel and so on. So that's where that is.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Thank you.
You bet. You bet.
Have
Thanks for
a nice evening. Thank
you as well. Thank you, Bruce. All right. Anybody else before we wrap up here, or any questions or comments? We're moving right along.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, there was just somebody asking when we think the legal services are going to be available, and I said probably after Zoom comes out next month, hopefully.
Mhm.
Fingers crossed, people.
Yeah, we'll see. I asked that question specifically because I have a big case that I've been waiting on that plan to come out, because I've got a contingency case that I think those attorneys might take. And I asked David and he said it's not quite ready. So don't have a real timeline on that. But I do have a question from Aaron that says, is the Relevate benefit sheet that I shared earlier available anywhere in the back office? The benefit sheet, meaning the comp plan sheet, I'm assuming, would that be the
No,
one?
you were showing
The slide?
that slide where it's
I got
showed.
it. No, it is not. I pulled those, and I'll go back to screen share and pull that slide back up. Yeah, if I can find it. There we go. That
They really
benefit
want you
sheet.
to subscribe, don't they?
Do what?
They really want you to subscribe to YouTube.
Well, what I pulled up there was images of how to subscribe. So I was going to show Bruce that. And I'm like, it was just a screen full of the subscribe buttons. But yeah, here, Aaron, you can take a screenshot of this, and anybody else, if you're on a PC, you can hit the Windows button and hit print screen on your keyboard, and it'll print screen and save that in your images file. Or if you have a screen clipper, you can do that. Or if you're on a mobile, just do your share screen there, or screenshot on a mobile device, and it'll save that. But what I did, I really pulled these from some of the bullet points on our website, on the Relevate website, and also the PDF flyer that's available in the Agent Resource Center over here. Let me go over to that since I've got that Agent Resource Center open. So if you go to Business Services under Employee Pay Any Day, that is Relevate, okay? There's your training, hearing from Stuart and team over at Relevate, the C-level executives and co-founders of the company. And then we have the Employee Relevate brochure. When you click on that, that's going to open up a 2-page document that you can go over to Canva and customize, and the bullet points that are on there as well. But what I did on this page, on that slide, is I really just took those bullet points and put it more into conversation, and I went through it. You can switch it up any way you want to. I put together what works for me as bullet points of what the product offers, to be able to have a conversation that flows with a business owner. But you got to be able to put it in your own words and practice and rehearse those words over and over, so that next time you have a conversation opportunity without those notes in front of you, you've got the gist of what the Pay Any Day opportunity or Relevate opportunity is for the employer. I created this because I was stumbling over what to say when talking to some business owners. I had some opportunities with some big companies, and I was just stumbling over my own words. So I put this together for my own benefit and thought I would share it with you guys. So hopefully that helps.
Ellen, can you maybe send that out as a PDF?
Sure, I can do that.
Okay.
Good
Yeah,
idea.
because I know myself, I can't, on Zoom, I can't do a print screen on my desktop. Zoom doesn't allow it.
Okay, great. Yes, I'll do that and get it out with the replays for tonight. And today's video that David did. So you definitely, if you guys have not seen the leadership Zoom from today, you want to go back and watch that, because David covers and he's drawing circles on the whiteboard. And then what I covered tonight, it'll make a little bit more sense when you see the circles, but then you go, okay, so he's talking mainly about funding. How do we do that with Relevate and healthcare and all that, and add that into the equation? Back to what I was saying earlier, you know, the whole mindset with DAC for a long time has been get funding customers. But now that we have these residual customers, the residual part of our compensation plan is what's going to pay each and every one of you for years and years and years to come. They're sticky clients. When you bring on a payment processing client and we're bringing them to the best rate in the marketplace, you've got a long-term customer. When you bring on the Relevate account, it is unique. Nobody else is doing what Relevate is doing. When you bring on the healthcare program, because of the cost of our healthcare product, they're not going to find anything out there that offers the same coverage as our healthcare does at the same low price. It is so much cheaper than traditional healthcare, and it gives you the same benefit. So you're going to find sticky customers, and also the consumer services that we're bringing on. You know, we're going to have services that give you the opportunity to ask your friends and family members, hey, can you do me a favor and try this product? I'm working with a company, and I'm working on a promotion. Can you do me a favor and be my customer this month? If you don't like it, it's okay. You can cancel it, and give them that opportunity. There's a great script in the Agent Resource Center that David went through on how he put hundreds of clients on with a long distance product, and that's under consumer script. So we'll go through that when we get the ID Protect out again, but I'll get that out. So yes, I'll get the PDF out in the emails tonight. And Night Vision, I see you. If you are not already subscribed to my emails, I think you are, Bobby. You joined on my emails, I think. So you should be getting my team emails. If not, you can go to subscribe.ellenwin.link and add yourself to my text group. Now I see you've got a couple more questions. Hey, Nubian, what's happening, Brittany? I'm gonna ask you to unmute.
Hey, Miss Ellen, how you doing today? Hey,
Great, how are you?
Harlequin. Hey, everybody, how y'all doing? I just wanted to say I'm just excited and I'm pumped up. I'm really ready to take everything to the next level. You know, I've had a lot of different fundings that fell through, but I'm just so optimistic and so driven to really take it to the next level and build my team. And also, I want to let you know that I'm about to send you a flyer. I have a really, 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 really nice flyer I just had made for that Zoom meeting I was talking to you about.
You got it. And I need to send you a picture. I saw your text on that and I just
I already got it.
Oh, you did? Okay. Awesome.
I went to the emails that you be sending because your picture's at the bottom of the email.
Mhm.
And I took it, but the flyer is so amazing. I just can't wait to send it to you. Like I just got it back right before
Okay.
the Zoom meeting. It's so professional, so nice. I'm gonna run some ads on it on TikTok. I really pray it has a real positive and big outcome.
Excellent. Excellent. And are you sending that to me by email?
I was gonna actually just text it to your phone, but I mean, if you want me to send it to your email, I can send it to your email.
Yeah, email would be better. That way I can
Okay.
more clearly. Just do workwithellen@gmail.com.
Okay. Wait, is that the one you always send me an email from?
Yeah, or you can send it to that one. That's my team email, the Ellen at Work with DAC. But
Okay.
my daily email account, and it'll forward to me either way. So that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I was just so amped to show you it. I'm like, oh, I just got it right before the Zoom meeting, and I'm like, it looks so great, so great. So I just wanted to come on here and
can't wait to see it.
And I appreciate you, helping me with that because I really want to build my team. And I feel like your story is such an inspiration that you said it took you a year to get a funding, and look at you now. Like that's just determination, tenacity, not giving up. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. And just so everybody knows, I was doing DAC very part-time. When I had an opportunity to talk to somebody, I would talk to them and put my information out there and just continue plugging away. So thank you for that. I appreciate that, Brittany, and I look forward to seeing that flyer. So thanks for your comments. Appreciate you.
Okay.
Congratulations on your recent funding. You had a Giggle client come through this last month.
That was his second one. So that was like a renewal from whatever. But since I got that 50,000, I'm ready to, Miss Ellen, I'm ready to hit 1 million, 2 million. Like every day I'm emailing these people, I'm talking to them. I'm figuring out different sales funnels. I actually wrote a book, how to get your business funded the professional grinder way. So every day I'm dropping content and jewels to different business owners on the internet. So I'm just really, really excited.
Awesome. Well, one of the things you're doing, creating content that's out there. I see agents in my team that I know are not actively working DAC anymore because they're off chasing some other shiny object. And I know that the content that they created, whether it be on TikTok or YouTube, whichever platform they've created content and put it out there, it is still paying off for them today because I see new agents coming in and I see occasional fundings coming in again from people that are not even plugged into DAC in any way, shape, or form. This is content that they had created in the past and it's still working for them. And
Right.
they put a team together and that team is still producing, right? I'm working with that one other thing I wanted to say, other than not quitting, is that I'm willing to work with anybody and everybody in my organization. I never, ever have the attitude of, oh, well, you're not direct to me. You need to work with your sponsor. Or I never have the attitude of, oh, well, you're a DAC 4 and I'm a DAC 4 back when I was a DAC 4. I can't work with you because I'm not making money on you. I never, ever have that attitude. Now, I will have people in Harlequin's group reach out to me, only not that they don't know her, but they'll see my emails and they'll reply back to an email asking for help or guidance or something. And I'll say, oh, I'll look them up and they're in Harlequin's team. And I always do that introduction. Why? Not because I don't want to work with them and I don't want to help them. I want Harlequin to be able to have that connection with them, but also Harlequin is more accessible to those agents in her group than I am. So it makes sense for me to connect her. She is also earning the lion's share of the commission, which you have to consider that where you invest your time, right? Your time investment and the return on investment. But I want that the people that have an active team leader working with them, I want them connected with that person, because we build relationships that last forever. Harlequin and I have been working for a really long time together, building businesses. And, you know, I think that relationship established her wanting to be a part of DAC and work with me again, because we've had a positive working relationship in the past and created friendship through that relationship. So good stuff. Thank you.
I appreciate you, Miss Ellen, as always.
You bet. I appreciate you too. Continued success. All right, Bobby, I got you up again.
Oh, Ellen, I just want to ask you a question, because you were showing something. I don't know if you got distracted. I guess you was trying to show a comp plan, I guess a plan towards getting to that AD. It was a slide that you had up.
Let's see. I'll go back to what I had.
I think it said a strategy or something. Yeah, that one.
That one. Yeah, that's just the strategy to maximize the compensation plan. It's on the way to AD.
Okay.
David drew all of that out today, but the strategy is really for you to get at least one new client a month and hit that 2,000 in reoccurring residual revenue, personal reoccurring residual revenue, right? And you do that if you're getting at least one new client a month. Sometimes the fundings are going to stretch you out for several months, but those reoccurring revenue clients, like the Relevate, the payment processing, the healthcare, and the DAC Protect, it's reoccurring because you bring the client on 1 month and you get that upfront bonus on those products that pay bonuses. But next month, those clients are still on the Relevate account, or they're still on the healthcare, and every single month they get billed again for healthcare, the DAC Protect, and the Relevate. They continue getting their employer deposits into that Relevate account, so they're going to keep it. And there's so many great benefits with that employee debit card, the Relevate card, the send money, the bill pay, and the instant transfer. And this month, I meant to ask David today to see if it was live, if that international money transfer is live, because they're going to have a very low cost international transfer rate where people can send money back to their families in other countries. And that's going to be very attractive addition to the Relevate plan. So.
Okay, thank you.
You bet.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, we're going to wrap up here. If we don't have any other questions or comments that we need to address there. Anything else?
I think we've got everybody.
All right, awesome. Well, guys, we are on the precipice of some amazing stuff with our company. And one other thing I want to say, you're going, okay, you're an AD. You've been an AD since July of 2021. For 2 years, you've been at the same rank. Yep, I sure have. And the reason is because the only way to get to AD was through fundings, right? And that AD rank, you had to have 100,000 in total funded value, 40 total in the team, and no more than 6 per leg, I think. Maybe I'm off on those numbers, 20 out of the total team. And every month I would be just a little bit off over here, just a little bit off over here. And we finally got that momentum because the team grew to a point that we were having a consistent number of fundings every month, that it finally pushed me over that. But to go from AD to regional director in that required a lot more fundings, and I just never quite had that balance. So I'm excited to have all of these different programs that we can throw into the mix for those promotion levels now. Not just excited for myself being able to move on up through the ranks, but really excited for you guys, because I know if you'll take it to heart and start having some conversations about Relevate and marketing these residual programs, we're going to have some amazing advancements in our compensation plan here. So one last chance. You didn't see QTs pop in, did you?
No, I did not.
Okay, I texted her. So I hate that y'all didn't get to hear from her. Like I said, she's got a lot of good stuff going on, but super excited that she's hit DAC 4 and onward and upward. All right, guys, everybody have a blessed night. I appreciate your time tonight. If you're watching on the replay, appreciate you taking time to commit to your business to come back on your own time and watch the replay. We'll see you on the next Zoom coming up on Friday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time at daczoom.com. Have a great night, everybody. See you then.